Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to hear a story all about feeling angry. It's called Tony Throws a Tantrum. Once you have listened to the whole story, I would like you to think about some times when you have felt angry. And if you have any good ideas about how to calm yourself down, please write them in the comments so that we can all learn and grow together. If you enjoy this story and you would like to hear more stories like this, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out next time we upload. Okay, time to sit back, relax and enjoy the story together. Tony throws a tantrum. Tony was always getting cross. Some days it seemed like he got cross about everything. He got cross when it was time to wake up. He got cross when he didn't get what he wanted for breakfast. He got cross when his friend Mike sat in his favourite seat at school. And he got cross when his friend Lily got in his way. Sometimes Tony even got cross when he got the wrong flavour jelly for lunch. Tony likes red jelly. My favourite jelly is yellow. What's your favourite? Tony was absolutely horrid when he got cross. He would stamp his feet loudly on the ground, wave his arms and make his hands into tight fists. Sometimes he even rolled around on the floor. Tony's friends were used to his tantrums. They could see when he was about to get angry. They could hear his voice getting louder. Tony's friends would often run and hide. One Monday morning at school, Tony's teacher, Miss Byron, gave out some lovely new colouring pencils. She told the class to take the pencils and draw their favourite picture so that she could put them up on the wall for everyone to see. Lily was going to draw a beautiful sunset with a yellow sun and a blue sky. Mike was going to draw a big jungle filled with tigers and hippos and lions. Tony wanted to draw his favourite thing of all, a big red tractor. Tony searched through the pencil pot, looking for a red crayon. He couldn't find one anywhere. He looked on the table, he looked on the floor to see if it had fallen down, but the red pencil was nowhere to be seen. Tony could feel himself getting more and more angry, until he looked over and his friend Harry was using the red pencil. Harry was drawing a big red football. It looked like he was going to draw a whole football pitch. Without a moment's hesitation, Tony reached right over and snatched the pencil from Harry. Harry was so upset. Miss Byron said that Tony must give the pencil back. She said that Tony had to wait his turn for the red pencil. Tony didn't want to wait his turn. He wanted the pencil now, right now. Tony had a tantrum. He tipped the pencils all over the floor. He shook his hands and he raised his voice. Miss Bird sent him out of the classroom. Tony, you need a few moments to calm down, said Miss Byron. Tony sat quietly and waited to be invited back into the classroom. At playtime, Tony was still feeling cross. He wanted to play football with Liam, but Liam wanted to play basketball with his little sister. Tony snatched the ball and kicked it into the middle of the pond. Liam and his little sister were very upset. they decided to tell Miss Byron. Miss Byron was upset as well, and she told Tony that he had to go inside and miss playtime altogether. This made Tony even more angry, and Tony had a tantrum. The whole way back to the classroom, he was shouting and stamping his feet. He was very upset. Miss Byron tried to explain to Tony that kicking the football into the pond was not a very kind thing to do to his friends, but Tony couldn't even hear what she was saying. He was so angry his ears were ringing. In the afternoon, Miss Byron told the class she had a nice surprise for everyone. She said, "We're going to the library to visit Miss Bates and choose some new books." Miss Byron said everyone had to be very sensible and walk nicely with their partners. The whole class lined up nicely and sensibly in their pairs, and Miss Byron chose Henry and Ellie to be the leaders. Tony didn't like that idea because Tony wanted to be the leader himself. Can you imagine what Tony did next? That's right, Tony had a tantrum. He wanted to be the leader. Miss Byron said that he had to walk at the back, hold her hand, and be very good. This made Tony feel very frustrated. Tony walked the whole way to the library with a very grumpy look on his face. Once the class were inside, Miss Bates showed them lots of books. There were big books and small books. There were fat books and thin books. There were tall books and short books. The children happily looked around and found their favorite stories, or their favorite pictures, or their favorite poems. Tony knew exactly what kind of book he wanted to read. He wanted a book about tractors. Tractors were Tony's favorite, and he liked them very much. Tony asked Miss Bates where he could find a book about tractors in the library, and she told him, "Go and have a good look over there by all the vehicles books." Tony found a book about fast cars, a book about bicycles, a big book about trams, and a book about all different types of choo-choo trains. But Tony could not find a book about tractors. Just as he was about to give up searching, he saw a tractor book. It was sticking out at the very end of a top shelf. He tried to reach it, but everyone was in his way. Tony got cross. He began to push and shove his friends out of the way. Luckily, Miss Byron noticed and told Tony not to push and to wait nicely and patiently for his turn. But Tony didn't want to wait. He didn't want to wait nicely for his turn. He got crosser and crosser. Just then, Tony saw his friend Mike. Mike was taking the tractor shelf off the book. Tony didn't like that. Tony had a tantrum. He stamped his feet, he shouted and he yelled, he waved his arms and made a fist with his hands. He even threw himself on the floor and began rolling around. He got so cross that he knocked all the books off the shelf. They came clattering down over all his friends and even landing on Tony. Everyone became very scared. All of Tony's friends ran and hid behind different bookshelves. Miss Byron and Miss Bates saw exactly what was going on. Miss Byron and Miss Bates were not scared of Tony, but they were not happy that Tony was upsetting everyone else. Miss Byron took Tony to the reading corner. She wanted to talk about it. She asked Tony to take a deep breath in and out. Tony felt a little better. Miss Byron asked Tony to take a few more deep breaths in and out. With every breath, Tony felt a little better and a little more embarrassed about the tantrum he had just thrown. Miss Byron explained that it isn't safe to have a tantrum and throw your arms and legs around. She was worried that somebody would get hurt. Tony took another deep breath in and out. Tony thought about what he had done and he agreed it was not safe to knock all those books all over his friends. What if somebody had gotten hurt? Tony looked around the library and saw the big mess he had made. He looked over and saw all of his friends hiding from him. Tony took one more big deep breath in and out. Tony began to calm down for the first time all day. Tony felt sad that he had made such a big mess in the library. He felt sad that he had upset all of his friends and his teachers. Miss Byron could see the expression on Tony's face change. She could see him calm down and relax, just like she had hoped he would. Miss Byron told Tony that he had to put things right. She asked him what he should do. Tony had a think. He said that he should say sorry. He should say sorry to Miss Bates, the librarian. He should say sorry to all of his friends. And he should say sorry to Miss Byron too. Miss Byron gave Tony a little smile. She thought that this was a very good idea. Tony said he should also tidy up all of the mess in the library. Miss Byron thought this was a good idea too. Tony cautiously walked over to his friends and he quietly said, "Sorry." Tony's friends had the same little smile that Miss Byron had, and they all told him, "It's okay, Tony. Thank you for saying sorry." Tony then went over to Miss Bates, the librarian, and said sorry to her. Miss Bates gave him a big cuddle and said, "It's okay, Tony. We all feel angry and we all feel cross sometimes, but that does not mean it's okay to have a tantrum." Tony understood. He didn't like seeing everyone upset when he threw his tantrum, but he did like seeing everyone smile when he said sorry. Tony knew he had to put all the books back neatly on the shelves, so he began to pick them up. Once Tony had finished, he sat quietly on a beanbag and waited for everyone else in the class to finish choosing their books. Tony saw Mike sitting comfortably reading the big tractor book, and Tony still felt a little bit sad. Then Mike had a very good idea. He asked Tony if he would like to share the tractor book with him. Mike and Tony looked at the tractor book together. They looked at all the tractors and they talked about them too. They took it in turns to turn over the pages. They took it in turns to talk about all the pictures. And Tony didn't get cross at all. Miss Byrom was very pleased. She said that Tony was behaving so nicely and that the whole class was being very well behaved. Tony said that it was much more fun to share the book with Mike anyway. He realized that it was better not to get cross and to stay calm. Everyone in the class cheered and was very happy with Tony. They weren't scared of Tony anymore, and they enjoyed playing with him. That wasn't the last time Tony got cross. He got angry, he got frustrated, just like everyone. But now Tony knew that throwing a tantrum does not help. Tony now takes some deep breaths in and out, and he thinks about how he can be kind and handle the situation. And that is the end of our story today. Tony throws a tantrum. Did you like that story? My favourite part was where Tony and Mike shared the story at the end. I like sharing with my friends. Thank you everyone for listening to our story so nicely today. And if you enjoyed story time, you could leave a like on the video, you could subscribe to the channel, and if you would like to leave a comment, I will happily read it. See you in the next video.